So a bit slow today. Uh, Ran into some bugs. But one of the guys is very, he's from Rutgers. He's, young. So he's helping me out debugging and trying to solve some errors, giving me some things to learn and do. But overall, mostly just implementing a new feature. I got pretty close. Got it running on my machine, but not running on the cloud. So things to work on, but that's tomorrow's problem. So today, probably gonna try to study up on some things he told me about, learn more about how I can fix my bugs, and then continue on from there. And then, the usual gym and book. Back from the gym. It's going good. We went a long time. I started running. Not even for that long. It's like less than 5 minutes. Oh, I hate it. I hate it so much. I don't want to run. But we're gonna try to run more often. Watch the video about my form. Or whatever. So hopefully I can run longer and better. So we'll see about that. I've been watching Invincible. I finally got around to Invincible season 4. It's been like months, but I never had the urge to watch it. So I was like, one episode's kind of the length of how long I spend on the treadmill. So just watch the episode treadmill. I've been reading a little bit of this about lady, so that's been going pretty good. It's a pretty interesting book. It's giving me a lot of mixed vibes. It's got like a Percy Jackson-esque like take when it comes to like mythology and stuff. Obviously it's not Greek mythology. I think the author's Nigerian. So there's a lot more about like spirits and stuff. And it's very on theme. Like everything is like a very on theme thing. It's also giving me like Fight Club in a way, but not like in the actual, like at the beginning of Fight Club when he's stuck in a dead end 9-to-5 job, because the main character's also stuck in a dead end 9-to-5 job. He works for the spirit company. It's very on theme, but it's a corporate dead end job basically. And then there's a heist planned later. Like those are like the main things, but later, deeper in the book, obviously it gets into different genre of storytelling, I guess I'd say. So pretty interesting. I think it's pretty cool. We'll have to see how it develops. But I've been reading this, and then been reading this one. This one's hard. This one's annoying. A great book, really do love it, but damn, he did not need to use all those fancy words, because I don't know what half these words mean, honestly. And it would make sense if I grew up with the language, I guess. I could some of these words I kind of get off context clues, but some of them I just never see in my life. So I've been kind of like holding Google Translate next to me as I read out loud, try to get my pronunciation better. And then I try and see what these words mean in context. But the book's a banger. I'm enjoying it. It's just a very slow crawl. A lot of rereading parts just to try and get a good run through of the book. So it's pretty slow. We're only like 10 pages in, maybe less. Been trying to get that up, but it is a crawl. Any updates on anything else? Not much. Cook some fire butter noodles from chicken. It's pretty good. Edits to the salad. We put kale, we put spinach in there. We kind of tried shredding it and dicing it up with onions and tomatoes a little more. It's pretty good. I think I passed on the salt and the lime a little bit much, but other than that, the salads, getting better. I like them. I'm eating them. Might add corn. We'll see. But, it's to be determined. For now, I think we're kind of just going to the motions. Trying to get through this week. It's a bit slow. Alright. Bye now. Bye. Bye. Hello. Day 2. It's only day 2. Today was really slow. It was kind of a co-pilot AI fever dream of coding. It was more of just a fucking do it, please fix it, make no mistakes kind of day. The only thing is I'm using Visual Studio, and we have this thing called Copilot, and what it does, it has access to a bunch of different models. Then it picks the one that it thinks it's best for the job and minimizes credit usage. But it kept picking GPT Codex, and that guy's a fucking idiot. He could not code for the life. We might have to blow up OpenAI, honestly, because that shit
ass from a butt was so terrible. Just, it was telling me it couldn't code. It was like, yeah, I can't access these files and make these files. I'm like, you just did that 2 seconds ago. I asked you to add the file and put some things in it, and you did it. And now you're asking me to like actually run this command line, and it's a command line with all the code. Like, it can't make the file in the folder and do it. It has to run it through a command line. I'm like, just run the command line yourself. I don't know. That shit. Codex was stupid as fuck. Was just a dumb guy. I don't know where we got him from. So I was able to just, I was like, fuck it, I don't know why he keeps picking JetGPT. I'm just gonna pick Claude. 2 seconds later, fixed my whole shit. Ridiculous how light years ahead of it is in coding. So yeah, it was more of just that. Tomorrow is more so reviewing all that shit now that I have like an MVP, and just clean up all the shit and make sure like it fits our guidelines and I actually understand what's happening. That's the general gist. I'm excited to go home today for general reasons, but also because I made some butter noodles and that shit was low-key gas, so I'm excited to eat that. Alright, yeah. I'll see you. Bye-bye now. Bye.
I called it. Let it be known. I said it the first fucking second. This is Invincible Season 4 spoilers, by the way. The only way they were gonna nerf Eve was by getting her pregnant. That's it. As soon as her power stopped working, I was like, oh, she's pregnant for sure. And now episode 3, she's pregnant. Always wear a rubber, kids.
So today, I made the one intern mistake you're not supposed to make. I pushed my changes into main, which for my non-tech savvy people basically means that when you submit something, you need someone to review your thing, right? Your code and whatnot. I didn't do that. I kind of just pushed that shit straight up. Which if I wasn't in an isolated environment could have been really bad, because pushing to main means I'm just overriding the source of truth, the thing that we know works and has been through development and testing. So I'm in my own work area, so like thankfully didn't fuck anything up, but that could have been bad. So everything's good now, but you're supposed to say, oh, these people are required to approve my work. I kind of just put that in the wrong category, in the optional category, and so instead nobody reviewed my work and it just instantly pushed. So, but I double and triple checked my code anyways, so it was actually very good. It worked, everything was fine, nothing died. Whew. But other than that, it was a pretty good day. I was able to clean up a lot of my code. I don't know if you can hear that, it's really loud. It's kind of like how you feel after like a really deep clean of your room. It was very nice. I got to understand all the code and the frameworks and how they all work together, and make it into nice little neat folders for all my features. So code cleanup pushed, everything works now, and now we work on something new. Hello. Shit. Oh, today I took a bit of a longer path in search of turtles, which I've heard are here. I've not seen any turtles as of yet, so hopefully we'll find some one day. Other than that, today was pretty slow in the head, at least. I was very out of it today. I think fatigued just for the work week. Just a lot of stuff. I'm a person who doesn't like a lot of clutter as it like builds up. And I've been doing a lot of just vibe coding where I'm kind of just, it's changing like 50 different files and I'm kind of just accepting it, not really understanding what's happening. The things happen, they work as intended, but I'm also noticing as I read code that there's a lot of redundancies when it comes to my program. A lot of things that could be done more efficiently and a lot of short-sighted solutions by Claude. So, what I've been tasked with is making something, developing the feature, and then moving on, because I'm trying to get something as quick as possible. But I'm also seeing that a lot of problems are going to be way harder to fix and debug as I progress. and want to integrate more quality of life or optimization, right? There's a lot of planning and things that I'm working on have to port into other things. And if I have a spaghetti code backend, then it's going to be really bad to try and get things to switch over in a sense or port. And so fixing up the backend and making it not so redundant and like efficient will hopefully cut down some loading times I've been experiencing, but also overall nice. So the workspace very cluttered. It's just a lot of cloud shit everywhere, and it's just, for me, I just want to fix it already and try to get these problems resolved. So I think I'm in a good point right now where future features are pretty easy to implement and will be harder to implement and fix if I continue without my cleaning up my workspace. So hopefully tomorrow meeting, I'm going to talk to the shaman, Jay, see what he thinks about fixing some of the API calls I've been making and just doing general fixer-upper stuff, making it nice and clean on the code side and more efficient. Because he told me we don't really care about optimization and efficiency at the moment, and just try to pump out stuff. So we'll see. Whatever he says, and then tomorrow will be just more features, more stuff. I did get a very interesting email today, which I'll probably talk about later, which is my placement as an RA. I've been placed in a building, so we'll see how that fares. And then seems about it for today. No turtles, hungry as fuck. Day 4, almost end of week 4, almost 33%. Bye. It's Friday. Very nice. Work is done. Work was I'd say this whole week's a little mid, if I'm being honest, but it was good. I voiced my opinions on like fixing back end. Jay agreed with me, so that was very nice. He was like, it's a good idea to get ahead of that problem. And I learned a lot of things today as I got more into the weeds of Angular. A lot of interesting. I was watching tutorials, so I should probably learn more about that. Maybe spend this weekend or something learning more about the front end to help with my understanding of the code. I made a plan with Claude, and I said, Claude, do all this shit, please. And it spent like 1,000 credits. I put it on like max on trying to better, cache user data, because I found there's a lot of redundancies and it kept calling things over and over again. So it fixed that problem, and I talked through it, and then it did all the shit. It wrote like 600 lines of code or something, but that's kind of inflated. This is the way they count lines, but either way, it was good. I just finished today doing all that. It was like a 10-minute process, like whole was doing everything. And then I looked over the code and I was like, it seems good, I guess. So happy to go home this weekend. I'm gonna do a lot of review when I come back on Monday to make sure everything works. It did work when I tested it, so that's good, I guess. And tonight we're watching a movie. Yippee! The Amazing Digital Circus. So I just got finished watching The Amazing Digital Circus. What the fuck was that, man? What was that shit? That shit was hot, steamy, doo-doo caca, bro. That shit was shit from a butt. Human butt. Human shit extracted from a human butt. That shit was ass. That shit was terrible. I can't find 5 good things I liked about that shit. That shit was bad. This is fresh out the movie theater as I wait for my Uber. I'll probably get a rundown from someone explaining this shit. So let me get this straight. They're all robots, is what I got. They're all brain scans of people, real life people. They're all brain scans of real life people. And then they were brought to life because they were working brain scans that emulated human actions and free will. And that's it. That's the entire fucking show. That's it. Which is in itself not like a terrible idea of any kind. That whole episode was shit because I feel like it could have made Jax's story way shorter. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they dragged it on. And there was so many moments, especially near the beginning of the episode, and I don't feel like they were properly resolved later in the episode. It was like it shows like the Major Digital Circuits are very prone to the before the accident, and then they're like, but what's the accident? And then they make theories about it, right? So they're just all these cliffhanger one-liners. I'm like, bitch, we're in the last episode. Don't leave me no cliff. I need solution. And it was still shit from a butt. I don't know. Kane is back. He comes back later or something. And that's important. So I was checking my Uber. So that shit was bad. I don't know. Kane, he gets deleted. He comes back. He's like, I'm sorry. He's got like an evil AI in him. And the whole like Kane finding the files thing too, like, what does that mean? You know, like you know, this is supposed to be like an impactful moment, but I'm just like, is it that impactful? He's just kind of getting there, you know, and he's struggling a little bit, but like the his struggle means nothing to me, but also it just means nothing because he gets there. Like, there's not like this was a journey we've been waiting for him to complete. No, he's just there and he's like, I'm gonna find this shit. It could have just been very well like, oh my god, what is this? And then he finds it and that's it. But we had this whole thing of him finding the files, the Epstein files. And I don't know, fucking it was pointless. That shit was pointless. Yeah, I mean they're just happy living like that, but they're all programmed. It's an AI, it went a little cuckoo. It got brain scans from people, decided to make them real humans so that they could be fun and have a good time. And then because they're like basically real humans or whatever, if the humans are real, if having a copy of your conscience makes it a human sentience, that discussion, right? They act as humans would, and then they're like, you know what? I'm Pomni now. We are Pomni. We are Charlie Kirk. And yeah, and that's the movie we're just gonna enjoy our life. And Jax is still abstracted. They didn't fix that. He just fucking dies. But I guess he's not real. I don't know. I thought it was shit from a butt. I thought the dialogue was pretty subpar for what we expected from it. Or on brand, who knows? There was like 3 groups there. There was me, there was a family in the front, and I thought no one was gonna show up, I'll be honest. And there was like a couple of kids, you know, behind me. It made me realize how weird it must be if you're a parent who doesn't know what the shit is when your child watches. That was straight poop from a butt, man. I don't know what else to say. That shit was ass. It was bad. It didn't make any sense. Why? Not much sense to make of. Very unsatisfying, I would say. So, no, that's the movie. I guess I'll just watch a bunch of fucking recap videos about it. I don't fucking know. Alright, bye.
Holy shit, oh my days. Fucking finally. Oh my fucking god. Anyways, this is Hades 1. I'm trying to 100% Hades 1 instead of playing Hades 2 because I 100%, I'm only like 2 or 3 achievements away now. This was one of them. I had to beat it at a 16 level difficulty of Heat. I am 1 hit away from dying. If you hear the jet engines, that's my computer. I have hooked up to the TV now. But holy fuck, bro. I was sweating, bro. Oh, what a great run, though. For ball knowers, you can look at the stats. But I had a really good run. Holy shit. Had Hades with upper management, I think it's called, or no? It makes the final boss like way fucking harder. So I had all the buffs on that guy. Holy shit. He kept wrecking. I kept getting to him and I kept getting fucking wrecked. And now I beat the game. Whew. I hate running. I still hate running. We're getting better. It's good. Whew. Shit sucks though. Oh my god. I don't know if it's the Wi-Fi here or if it's just because it's hard to get things. I've been watching Invincible. It's very hard to get Invincible on my phone to watch it if you don't have money. So I've been I was extra long on the treadmill. I spent like 15 minutes just like blocking ads and like trying to find a place to watch Invincible. Episode 4, the demon episode. It was pretty cool. I think it was more acted like filler. I feel like I know how it affected the story, but it felt like filler in a sense. It's setting up something later, so we'll see. But that boy's never gonna find out that Eva's pregnant. That's all I'm saying. Anyways, final weight tally should be on the screen somewhere. And then I'm gonna go grocery shopping and start week 5. Alrighty. Bye now. Bye.